Now.
Welcome to Newswatch 12 at 5. I'm Justin Betty. Today, America welcomed in a new commander-in-chief as Joe Biden was sworn in as the 46th president of the United States. And between the pandemic and the attack on the Capitol earlier this month, today's inauguration looked unlike any other in recent memory. President Biden spoke from the west front of the U.S. Capitol with family, some friends, some congressional leaders, and 3 former presidents looking on, though not President Trump, the first living president not to attend his successor's swearing-in ceremony in more than 150 years. Despite the bipartisan divide in the country, Biden stated he is ready to be a president for all Americans.
Today, on this January day, my whole soul is in this, bringing America together, uniting our people, uniting our nation. And I ask every American to join me in this cause.
The president also expressed his reassurance and optimism that a new chapter for America is on the horizon. Earlier today, Kamala Harris was sworn in as the Vice President of the United States. Mrs. Harris brings several firsts to the office. First woman Vice President, first black Vice President, first person of South Asian descent elected to the country's second highest office. Administering her oath was Justice Sonia Sotomayor, the first Latina Supreme Court Justice. Another interesting note, Vice President Harris was sworn in on 2 Bibles, including one that belonged to Justice Thurgood Marshall, the first African-American to serve on the Supreme Court. Well, with a country as deeply divided as ours appears to be, and in a year filled already with many controversial and tough conversations among families and friends, explaining the inauguration to students could bring some challenges in the classroom. Newswatch 12's Rachel Eiler spoke to local educators today on how they guided students through this historic moment in history.
It is now my great privilege and high honor to be the first person to officially introduce the 46th President of the United States, Joseph R. Biden, Jr.
A historical day in history that shattered gender norms and racial barriers. But it was just 2 weeks ago on those very Capitol steps that the insurrection occurred. Today in classrooms, teachers meet with erring on the side of caution and guidance on just how to explain these pivotal moments rooted in what could be considered a controversial topic.
Certainly for an American government class, I mean, the inauguration is a very germane subject today. We want to make sure from that point that we're just being absolutely neutral on the subject.
Merrill High School Principal Shannon Murray emphasized to teachers the importance of a proper time and place to discuss the inauguration, and if done objectively, tensions shouldn't be an issue.
If you look at the inauguration of the president as a historical civic reality of our country, it doesn't even need to be controversial.
I reached out to multiple school districts, but almost all of them declined to comment, adding that they just don't feel comfortable discussing the issue. Additionally, some schools don't even have kids in classrooms due to hybrid learning schedules, refraining from the conversation altogether. For those still in classrooms, schools released resources for educators. In a newsletter to staff and faculty, Stevens Point Area Public School District stressed to make the classroom a safe space for discussion, remembering to stay neutral, help students have an informed civil discussion, and to follow district policy when addressing issues. According to Merrill Area Public Schools, that's always been the case, even years prior to the 2020 election.
We've had maybe several opportunities to discuss controversial issues this school year. Board policy is pretty clear on controversial issues in the classroom. Those discussions are brought up in the context of the course. That's the goal. It's got to be neutral, it's got to be scholarly, it's got to be related to the course.
In the Northwoods, Rachel Eiler, Newswatch 12.
All right, outside, Andrew, certainly a chilly start to the day. How are things looking now?
That's right, Justin. Pretty chilly. We're going to get down to the low 20s tonight, and then we do have more colder weather on the way. Also, a little bit of snowfall, almost like how it was at the inauguration today. Just those little bits of light flurries coming on down. So to expect that for the next couple days. Not a lot of significant accumulation. Accumulations will be more significant this weekend. But for now, tonight, we'll just have passing by clouds and temperatures getting down to the low 20s. So kind of a pretty light night weather-wise. Getting a little bit of a look outside at that sunset threat right now out of Plover. That's a nice breakup in that extensive cloud coverage that we have been seeing over the area. In addition to that, we also do have some gusty winds coming in from the southwest between a good 10-15 miles per hour. So that'll make temperatures feel pretty chilly through your overnight tonight. Looking through the rest of your night tonight, though, temperatures bottoming out into the low 20s, and then we start getting warmer through the overnight tonight, getting up to about 30 for your high into your Thursday. I'll have more coming up in just a few minutes.
All right, thanks, Andrew. A Tomahawk man is dead after his snowmobile fell into Catfish Lake in Vilas County last night, just a couple miles southeast of Eagle River. The Vilas County Sheriff's Office says 40-year-old Gregory Parkinson left the marked trails and drove onto thin ice on the lake near open water. Parkinson was found underneath the water and was later pronounced dead at a local hospital. Sheriff Joe Fath warns accidents like this, they happen too often.
Second one in about 2 or 3 weeks. So we had another incident up in Manitowoc Waters where they were riding along a snowmobile trail where there is a river and people went through the ice.
Sheriff Fath advises people to have a good understanding of the geography where you choose to snowmobile and know that ice conditions can change.
Important to know where you're snowmobiling and know the lakes that you're on and stay away from areas that are either thin ice or they have creeks or rivers where the water is moving.
Fath adds riders really shouldn't have any trouble if they stay on the marked trails and don't venture off into areas they're not familiar with. Former Oneida County Corrections Officer Jacob Pettit was due in court this afternoon for a preliminary hearing. He faces 2 felony charges, solicitation of prostitutes and misconduct in office. According to court paperwork, police believe Pettit gave women tips on how to avoid drug enforcement officers in exchange for sexual favors. Today's hearing was waived with Pettit's agreement. His attorney requested they do lift some certain restrictions on him. We'll have more on this case coming up tonight on Newswatch 12 at 10. The 7-day rolling average of new confirmed COVID-19 cases in Wisconsin has now dropped for 11 straight days. The State Department of Health Services reports about 1,500 new cases today, bringing the daily average for the week down to about 1,800. However, the number of new deaths reported has been back on the rise lately. DHS reporting 50 new deaths across the state today, just above our 7-day average. In our 12-county north central Wisconsin region, DHS shows hospitalization numbers are now trending back down. They report 71 people in our region are in the hospital with COVID-19, and 22 of those, they say, are in the ICU. About 250,000 doses of the COVID-19 vaccines have now been administered across Wisconsin, according to the latest numbers from DHS. That includes about 8,000 doses given out yesterday. DHS also reports that over 45,000 people in the state have now completed their 2-shot series of vaccinations. If you are 65 or older, you can now fill out an eligibility form for a COVID-19 vaccine. There are a few different websites where you can find that, and they are listed here. These are to determine eligibility for the vaccine, not to sign up directly for the vaccination itself. You might notice Ascension is not listed here, but if you get health care through them, they say they'll contact you regarding eligibility. Again, anyone age 65 and up can begin getting vaccinated in Wisconsin starting Monday. Meanwhile, the chairman of the Wisconsin Assembly Health Committee is proposing the COVID-19 vaccine be made available to everyone in the general public starting in mid-March, regardless how much vaccine is available. Right now, state health officials don't think we'll reach that stage until about June. The bill was discussed in a public hearing today. The reason behind this proposal, some Republicans believe the state isn't vaccinating people quickly enough, and they want to open up the pool of who's eligible to receive it. Governor Evers and state health leaders have defended the rollout, emphasizing the elderly, saying the speed of vaccinations is limited by the number of doses they receive from the federal government. The bill is unlikely to become law. It would need to be passing through both chambers and be signed by the governor himself to become law. Curbside service not only applies to restaurants, but other types of businesses as well. We'll show you a local library and how they think, improving that service in just a few minutes. But first, Andrew is in with your full forecast. That's next on Newswatch 12 at 5.
A&W is your home for all-American food. Famous root beer made fresh daily, burgers, hand-breaded chicken tenders, sweets, and treats. Open daily in Phillips.
Music every weekend, never a cover, and drinks priced right. TV, pool, darts, and more. It's Happy's Pub in downtown Woodruff.
Ross's Sports Shop is family-owned and well-known as the fishing pros in Price County. Book one of our professional guides to learn the tactics that are proven fish catchers in our area.
Welcome to Bell Tower Residence. Residents lovingly call Bell Tower home.
You can be as quiet as you want or as busy as you want. There's always something scheduled to do. There's trips to take.
They take good care of the rooms and they take good care of me. Anytime I need anything there, they're right there for me.
And the best part is all the wonderful friends I've made.
Bell Tower Residence, 1500 O'Day Street, Merrill.
Do you struggle to open or close your windows? Are they drafty or leaky? Are you constantly adjusting your thermostat only to have your energy bill skyrocket? If this sounds all too familiar, Renewal by Andersen is your best start-to-finish window replacement solution. They custom build and install weather-tight replacement windows that help keep your home warmer in the winter, cooler in the summer, and quieter all year long.
It was easily the best decision we've ever made in this house.
Don't make the mistake of buying poor quality vinyl windows. Renewal by Andersen uses exclusive Fibrex material that's stronger than vinyl, will not warp or bow, and never needs painting. They manufacture your windows in the USA and back them with a generous, fully transferable limited warranty that covers both product and installation.
Call now to schedule your free, no-obligation design consultation. Plus, take advantage of this limited time offer with incredible savings and attractive financing. Don't wait another minute. Call Renewal by Andersen today.
Welcome back and thank you for joining us tonight. I'm meteorologist Andrew Kiekefer, and here we're looking outside tonight. We're going to be looking ahead at our overnight for our Wednesday, expecting partly to mostly cloudy skies. You'll see most cloud coverage is going to be hanging out into the North Woods area. Central Wisconsin will have more of a break in there through overnight tonight, and then heading into your Thursday, more cloud coverage on its way. We did get a couple glimpses of sunshine today, though it's going to be pretty tough for the next few days as that cloud coverage continues to sprawl throughout the area, and it's going to start to bring snow showers later into your Thursday. Now, also looking outside, wind speeds are going to be pretty gusty as well for the next couple of days. Right now, coming out of the southwest between 10 to 15 miles per hour. We're going to see a shift in our wind pattern pretty soon coming out of the northwest, and winds, those gusts getting upwards of 30 miles per hour for the next couple of days. All right, temperatures all across the area. We're hanging out at around 20 right now. You'll notice a bit further to our west, temperatures a lot nicer into the low 40s all across the area. We're not going to be getting much warmer. We actually have a cool trend on its way for us, so something to look forward to there. Just a brief bit of a cold coming our way, and then we rebound into the weekend. So looking at that feel-like temperature outside, we're feeling like we're in the low to mid-teens all across the area. Central Wisconsin, you're looking a little warmer, up to about 20. Now looking through the rest of your night tonight, you'll notice those get down to the teens all throughout the region, and getting into your Thursday, we stay pretty cool. Later into the afternoon hours is when we have a burst of Arctic air coming into our area. You'll see this cool down coming on its way. That's going to have us feeling like we're in the negatives in some cases, still holding on to the almost 20-degree real feel Thursday morning into the afternoon, and then we all get cold into Thursday night. So all of us feeling like we're going to be into the negatives into Thursday evening. It's going to be a pretty chilly one out there with that Arctic air coming on through the area, and that's going to last then into our Friday as well. So here we go, looking at that trend coming our way. So we're looking Wednesday night into Thursday for this cold front to be coming our way, bringing down Arctic air. So you notice well into Thursday, starting to creep on into the area. That's going to come during the afternoon hours when that cool off really takes over the entire Wisconsin area. Late Thursday, we're all going to start to feel like we're in those negatives, and then that's going to last for a couple days. Rebounding into the weekend, we'll feel a lot better just in time for game day on our Sunday. All right, so getting an idea of that big picture there, here we go tonight looking at low pressure crossing over Canada, and that's bringing mainly those snow showers to the east, and we're staying mostly dry as that comes through our area. So here we go, watching this time on out. We're watching Wednesday evening. That's going to be passing on by the area. You'll see some cloud coverage though, still staying mostly dry into Thursday morning, though when that next cold front comes on down throughout the area, that's going to bring the opportunity for a couple more snow flurries winds, and you're going to see this pressure gradient getting real tight. That's going to be letting us know that we're going to be having those pretty strong winds coming our way. So for tonight, temperatures getting down to about 22 degrees. We can see a few flurries and winds getting to about 10 to 15 miles per hour. Thursday, highs of 29, and we could still see a few snow showers, and it'll be breezy. Now looking at your Northwoods Furniture and Mattress 7-day forecast, snow chance on Thursday, and then a mix of sun and clouds into the weekend. Next snow chance coming our way on Sunday. Back to you, Justin.
All right, thanks, Andrew. Because of the mild weather this winter, the Eagle River Ice Castle is now officially not happening this year. Since 1934, the Eagle River Fire Station's been using ice from Silver Lake to build the snow castle when they can. The department says for safety reasons, they need at least 12 or 13 inches of ice on the lake so their trucks can travel onto it safely. Over the last 15 winters, though, they've only had enough ice to do it 7 times. So this year was no surprise.
Because we had such good ice early, we had a good 6 inches of ice so we could get on there with snow blowers and keep the snow off to keep the slush away. And also so if the cold weather did come, there wasn't an insulation layer of snow on top of the ice.
The department says they would have needed a lot more days below zero to really build up that ice thickness. If the structure's not built by February 1st or so, the sun simply gets too high. It takes a toll on the top of the castle. That's part of the reason they can't do it this year. Many businesses in the area have been forced to make some changes to deal with the pandemic. The Rhinelander District Library is off limits to the public right now, but as Newswatch 12's Morgan Johnson shows us, they have a new plan to make their curbside pickup options even easier than before.
The Rhinelander District Library's new curbside pickup system has a lot of advantages. Instead of the previous short time slots to pick up their requested materials, patrons now have an hour.
So we were running back and forth from our desks to the door every 10 minutes. This way we can put out an hour's worth of appointments at one time and be more available to answer the phones.
Kathy Ulrich came up with the new system.
If the new curbside system reminds you of an old newspaper holder, you're exactly right. The idea comes from Ulrich's years of experience in the newspaper industry.
And we were looking for different ideas for curbside, especially with the wonderful weather that we have here in northern Wisconsin. It was kind of a no-brainer. It took a while for me to come to it, but that is an honor vending rack, what they call them in the newspaper industry.
The holder has 12 units and is completely waterproof to withstand the weather. To protect the items that are precious to so many people, especially since the pandemic began.
The library is extremely important. You can't travel, you can't go anywhere, you can't see your friends. A lot of people aren't seeing family. This is a way to give you an escape. You can travel anywhere in the United States and in the world through a book.
Even after the library went contactless for the second time, they still serve around 100 people a day. Library Director Virginia Roberts finds that there's another reason more people are coming in, since the only other place to rent movies, Family Video, is closing.
The library has become even more important. We have no bookstores in the area. Our only video shop is closing. We're access for all of that.
And pretty soon the public will be able to pick up tax forms from the curbside holder by calling or requesting them online. For Newswatch 12, I'm Morgan Johnson.
Mondays on Newswatch 12 today features Mugshot Monday. But what exactly is Mugshot Monday?
It starts with the opportunity to win a 12-ounce bag of coffee, with the coffee being sourced from in between the tropics across the world, then brought in here to Eagle River Roasters and roasted to perfection.
Have a good day. And with that, you'll also win an Eagle River Roasters coffee mug, perfect for that first cup of coffee with your favorite morning crew.
Join us on Monday mornings to see this week's winner.
Register online at WJFW.com. At WJFW, our Newswatch 12 news team works around the clock to bring you the news that matters most of all to the Northwoods. Our team is committed to the community and ensuring that you are as informed as possible. The Newswatch 12 team works hard to deliver the most important stories from around the globe, local and national sports updates, and weather reports. We are NBC Newswatch 12, news from where you live.
When you call a company other than Maher Water Corporation to service your water treatment system, do you really know what or who you are getting? Many companies just measure you up to do a bang-up job, then charge hundreds of dollars and have you sign service contracts. Maher's technicians are trained to not only service our own water care equipment, but most others as well.
So if you don't want just any service tech servicing your water equipment, call us at Maher's today.
Do you struggle to open or close your windows? Are they drafty or leaky? Are you constantly adjusting your thermostat only to have your energy bill skyrocket? If you're nodding your head yes, Renewal by Andersen is your best solution. They custom build and install weather-tight replacement windows and back them with a generous, fully transferable limited warranty.
Call now to schedule your free design consultation. Plus, take advantage of this limited time offer with incredible savings and attractive financing. Don't miss out. Call Renewal by Andersen today.
The Aging and Disability Resource Centers of Oneida and Vilas County will be offering a Powerful Tools for Caregivers workshop online this year. The virtual workshop will be held on Tuesdays for 6 weeks from 1 until 3:30 in the afternoon, starting February 2nd. The program is designed to help caregivers care for both themselves and also their loved ones. To participate, caregivers will need to have access to a computer, tablet, or phone that has Zoom capabilities and internet access. A $20 donation is suggested to help cover the cost of their manual, though scholarships are available. If you're interested, you can contact the Aging and Disability Resource Center directly for more information. Today, a community of caregivers came together to celebrate a major milestone for a young girl from Three Lakes. 2.5 years ago, Raquel Gable was diagnosed with T-cell acute lymphoblastic leukemia. Her friends recall hearing that news in their small 19-student classroom.
I think I'd found out from my mom, but our teacher told us the next day, and you kind of just felt like this, a layer of gloom, just kind of go over the whole classroom.
Well, Raquel recently completed her chemo treatments, and the traditional end-of-treatment bell-ringing ceremony took on a bit more of a festive look this year. Everyone from church leaders to her former classroom teachers all got together to plan a drive-by celebration.
That's going to be just an amazing event, just to culminate all these years of, rooting for her, checking her progress, and now knowing she's done just for her own celebration. It's just going to be an amazing time for the school to come together.
And that event happened this afternoon. You see everyone lining up. Tonight at 10, we'll take a closer look at Raquel's victory lap and hear from the warrior herself on her bright future ahead. Should be great. All right, after the break, we'll have more weather. Right now, taking a live look at Plover, not pitch black at almost 5:30 in the evening. Again, more weather after the break.
The $6 million stimulus sell-off is now at Furniture and Appliance Mart. All furniture is up to 50% off store-wide. Plus, take a bonus 10% off our sale prices at checkout and interest-free financing for up to 3 years. Stretch your stimulus check further at Furniture and Appliance Mart.
On December 7, 2005, I was deployed to Baghdad, Iraq. As I was searching for the bomb, the bad guy and the bomb found me first. After the explosion, I was left with a 1% chance of living from the injuries I sustained. During my road to recovery, it was a challenge, mostly trying to figure out what life would be like with my new physical injuries. But throughout that road to recovery, I had a tremendous amount of support from friends and families and the Coalition to Salute America's Heroes. The primary mission of the Coalition to Salute America's Heroes is to offer financial emergency assistance to veterans and their families. In most cases, there is a loved one back at home who has to drop everything they're doing to be at that veteran's bedside. And of course, there are huge financial burdens that come along with that. After veterans come through the Coalition's program, they are ready to be back into society, ready to go back to work, and ready to be a leader in their own community.
Visit saluteheroes.org to learn more.
Winning Motor Trend Truck of the Year 3 times in a row, that had never been done before. Then again, neither had a 12-inch touchscreen or 1,000 pound-feet of torque, or a truck winning Luxury Car of the Year. So winning once will always be a proud moment. Twice, an accomplishment. 3 times, well, never been done before. It's just kind of our thing.
Right now, get 0% financing for 72 months or $7,300 in total values on the 2021 Ram 1500 Bighorn.
Northland Basement Systems is the all things basementy company. Basement waterproofing, basement finishing, basement structural repair, humidity and mold control, and nasty crawl spaces too. When it comes to basement solutions, nobody does it better than we do. Since 1991, homeowners just like you in the Northland have trusted Northland Basement Systems for all things basementy in their homes. Call Northland Basement Systems today to schedule a free home evaluation.
The $6 million stimulus sell-off is now at Furniture and Appliance Mart. All furniture is up to 50% off store-wide. Plus, take a bonus 10% off our sale prices at checkout and interest-free financing for up to 3 years. Stretch your stimulus check further at Furniture and Appliance Mart.
The Mega Millions lottery is now worth nearly $1 billion. According to Mega Millions, there was no winner of Tuesday night's jackpot drawing despite all the tickets bought. That means the jackpot now grows to $970 million. Cash option in a little more than $700 million. Second largest jackpot in the game's history. The next drawing set to take place this Friday. Andrew, how are things looking outside tonight?
Looking pretty mild, Justin. So we do have some passing clouds over the area and some clearing to be expected tonight as well, though temperatures are going to be holding off for one more day. We had high temperatures today getting to the 20s across the area. So one more day of the 20s before we plummet down to the teens. Looking ahead at next week, tomorrow on Thursday in the afternoon, you'll see this is where that cold air is really going to start to take effect. So this is that feel-like temperature. So we have some gusty winds coming in and that Arctic air, making conditions feel pretty cold. So Thursday afternoon, we're noticing temperatures starting to feel like we're getting into the negatives, seeing that kind of purplish pink, that being that Arctic air coming on down. And then that's going to be coming on down fully into the area late on Thursday, pretty much everywhere, feeling like we're in the negatives for your Thursday night. So a little bit of a cold blast to come through before we get to the weekend. Now looking at your Northwoods Furniture and Mattress 7-day forecast, a little bit of a snow chance on Thursday, slight one on Friday, Saturday night into Sunday will be that opportunity to see at least a couple inches on the ground.
A little more eventful forecast there than we've seen recently. Hey, we are not planning on having a 6 o'clock newscast this evening. President Biden is set to address the nation. We will see you back here tonight at 10. In the meantime, NBC Nightly News is next. We'll see you tonight.